Hello, everyone. You're listening to another episode of KBTalks, powered by the NKBA, the only podcast dedicated to sharing the latest kitchen and bath industry insights to really help you grow and support your business. I'm Elle Millard, your KBTalks host. Today's topic is all about you, and I mean you in air quotes. You can mean you or your clients or your customers. We're talking about original, unique, bespoke, customized, and personalized when it comes to the kitchen. From how it looks to how it functions, the latest in design and technology mean every single detail can be tailored to a specific experience or requirement. That means that just like people, no kitchens will be the same. Today's guest is very familiar with creating a kitchen environment that is uniquely created and inspired by the individual. Marc Hottenroth is the Director of Industrial Design at GE Appliances, whose cafe line was developed to create a truly customized kitchen. Before we get started, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor.
Monogram is more than luxury appliances. Monogram is the experience. We are inspired by life and the way you live. With high style, superior craftsmanship, and award-winning technology, our products raise the bar on what's possible in your kitchen designs. Our industry-leading induction cooktops, connected ovens, custom panel refrigerators, Advantium speed cooking ovens, and premium dishwashers blend seamlessly into your dream kitchen projects. Whether for yourself or your clients, Monogram helps you push the boundaries of gourmet style and create a kitchen fit for a chef.
Okay, it's time to get into today's podcast. Marc, thank you so much for joining us. If you could just share a little bit about your background.
Sure. Thanks, and you're welcome. I'm glad to be sharing some information and some knowledge. A little bit about myself. I am an industrial designer, and I've been designing appliances for over 25 years. I've been at GE Appliances. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. And I have a team of industrial designers and interaction designers and graphic designers. And our mission is to create appliances that delight and inspire our consumers and other kitchen designers to really create, amazing experience and spaces for themselves and for their clients.
So industrial design is really involved in research and analyzing the behavior of people, correct?
Yeah, it really is about kind of figuring out these insights, the things that make people want to emotionally attach to objects or experiences or spaces, right? So it's all about really understanding what make people tick, and then the manifestation of those ideas or those desires or those wants and how they manifest themselves in physical product, or in the case of kitchen design, kitchens. So that, it's kind of our purpose really is to our company purpose at GE Appliances is to enable happiness and well-being in every home. And so for a designer, we can really rally around that because we believe, amazing products and delightful spaces and kitchens really make people much happier and much more fulfilled in their everyday life.
So can you share just the term customization? What does that really mean in design? What's the ability, what's the scope that we have when we have the ability to customize?
Sure. I think if you take kind of a historical view of product design or product manufacturing, before the Industrial Revolution, kind of everything was made almost bespoke, right? It kind of was made for the person who needed the object or the product or the clothing. With the Industrial Revolution came, mass production, so everything became the same. And I think customization is the ability to bring back some of that, maybe a little more of the personalization that a lot of products were made with back kind of from a craftsmanship point of view. So they're almost like handmade. So the trick for us as a large manufacturer is always, being able to handle customization and still be able to make it profitably, right? So we have a lot of logistics to deal with. We have a lot of different materials and processes and manufacturing to deal with. And how do we actually create customization? I think customization is really kind of creating things in a way that people really would love to have them versus just the same as everybody else.
So what are some ways that in appliances you can personalize a range for, say?
Well, we have introduced a line of appliances called Cafe, and one of the kind of leading ideas around the Cafe appliances is that we have handles and knobs that come with specific finishes that consumers really want. So today the trends are a lot more warm metals and mixing of metals. So we can actually buy an appliance, buy a line of appliances, buy a suite of appliances. Let's say stainless steel is a very popular color still. But with that stainless steel suite of appliances, you can actually buy a copper handles and knobs that go on the stainless steel. So it's a really nice look, really interesting look. We also have just introduced our matte collection. So we have a matte white and a matte black finish. And with that, you can have a bronze handle and knobs, or you can have a brushed black handle and knobs, a copper, or stainless, and they're all interchangeable. So you can literally change your entire look or your entire kitchen suite, the handles, with new handles and new knobs. So it really can match exactly what your kitchen and your home decor is by changing out your handle and knob color.
And the overall main appliance, such as the refrigerator or the range, you would need to purchase that in its original form of stainless or black stainless. That would be the original form that you would purchase it, and then just change out the colors of the knobs and the finishes of the knobs.
Yeah, so if, say, you buy an original range, which is stainless, it comes with a stainless handle, and stainless knobs, but you can purchase copper knobs and handles, or black knobs and handles, or bronze knobs and handles, and change them out. And they're easily changeable. It's basically a consumer can change them themselves. So they're easily changed out.
That's great. And as a woman who likes to change her mind regularly, that's a nice flexible option that I have that, not that men don't change their mind regularly.
Well, yeah, that's interesting, because we also found that a lot of people are cautious, right, when they buy their appliances, and sometimes some of the insights we've heard from consumers are they're kind of buying them not even for themselves necessarily, but for like, oh, well, my resale value, I don't want to be too, out there because it might not be good for resale. So the nice thing about this situation is you can be a little more bold. Like if you really love copper handles on a stainless steel suite, because it looks looks really great, you can do that without, too much fear, because you can just keep your old handles and put them back on if you want to resell, if you're concerned about that. The other thing we've done is with the matte white suite, we've noticed that, she can customize anything in her kitchen, right? Get whatever cabinets she wants, whatever floor, whatever countertop. But when it came to the appliances, like the only thing that was really available was like stainless steel, right? There's not a whole lot of choice. So we developed matte white. It's a really beautiful, soft finish that's soft in its appearance. Like the matte finish is soft like stone and a lot of the cabinetry color today. So it's really blends in nicely and fits in nicely with the home. But in addition to that, we put the brushed bronze handles and hardwares and knob on that product, and it just looks outstanding. It's so different, and it fits her decor of her kitchen and her home so much better than very large blanks of stainless steel. Because if you think about the trends today, the open floor plans, it's really the living room and the dining room and the kitchen, they all become one space that has to be harmonious. In fact, the whole house really wants to be harmonious. And there's really no other place in the home that has large swaths of stainless steel. So that just made a lot of sense to us when we looked at it. When we looked at a lot of what people are pinning. We talked to tons of designers about what they would like to see. And so when we first mocked this suite up, the matte white with bronze hardware and handles, it was uncanny because like most of the men looked at it this is more internally, and they're like, yeah, I don't know. I would say 95% of the women looked at it and said, oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It's the jewelry, right? It's every space you touch are those decorative finishes that really pop. You mentioned trends a little earlier about all of the stainless in the ranges. I've seen a shift from the exposed refrigeration units to more of those panel ready or in cabinet, which makes the refrigeration freezer units very, very customizable, because that can really be anything that a cabinet manufacturer could overlay on top of the refrigeration, correct?
Yes, exactly. That's kind of one of the things that we think is a little bit of the trend of the disappearing kitchen too. We see, again, as that the kitchen and the living and the dining room become more one space, it's interesting to think about the furniture that defines those spaces too. So, maybe a table defines the dining room, and an island kind of defines the kitchen, and the couch and sitting area maybe define the living room. But like, what is the appliance? How does the appliance fit in that space? And it's kind of interesting to think about, one, putting them behind a custom panel, or two, even we showed some concept at KBiz where we showed more customized panels on cooking products. So where you really make the appliance blend into that environment, I think is a fascinating trend. We've been calling it kind of the trend of the disappearing kitchen, but I think it's really more about the kitchen appliances evolving from maybe more of their utilitarian kind of machine origins into much more of a housewares kind of product. So they really blend in materials wise, maybe even form wise, maybe even a little bit of function. We've been exploring different ways that our appliances can change behavior even, like instead of a stove that somebody's facing, somebody's cooking and their backs to the rest of the guests, the island with a cooktop where everybody's kind of facing each other is kind of interesting, a much more engaging type of experience.
Do you see the gas range versus induction cooktop? I know that's an argument that's been out there. Do you see a shift happening there between those appliances, whether the induction cooktop is a little more hidden, whereas that gas range is a little more prominent in the kitchen, where you're proud of that and you're really expressing the enthusiasm behind the cooking there, whereas some of those other features are a little more hidden. Is the industry shifting one way or the other? Is it still pretty split?
I think it's still pretty split. I think you defined it perfectly. Like there's the showcase, there's the showpiece. Here's this range, it's a showpiece. And then I think there's others that, aren't as interested in the showpiece and much more interested in the either the sleekness of induction, because obviously, we could even put induction, elements under the countertop so that it's completely hidden. It's possible to do that. I think the other part of induction, though, that's fascinating is just the performance. From a technology perspective, can really dial in the performance. So we have precision cooking modes and guided cooking modes. So you can precisely cook with temperature, which is a really interesting idea, right? Like instead of cooking by flame height or 1 through 9 or 1 through 11, whatever the buttons are, you can cook perfect crepes because they're exactly 130 degrees. So the ability to have precision cooking is really fun. And then you couple that with guided cooking, so displays that give you much more information about how to cook and cook successfully. It's kind of, in a way, it's the future of cooking and the ability to use technology in a way that's really beneficial.
So when you're talking about these precise temperatures, they correlate hand in hand with technology, and the ability that we have with technology to be able to customize things specifically for each homeowner or each family is unbelievable. Can you talk about some of those technologies that are so custom now, or voice activation, and how that impacts the overall experience in the kitchen?
Sure. I mean, just imagine walking in and asking, what's for dinner, or, I like crepes on Tuesday. Let's get going, right? Like, it's the voice activation, the sensors that we have now, and then creating the algorithms to combine them all into, easy to use, easy to understand, like assisted cooking in terms of, you take something out of the refrigerator, whatever you would take out of the refrigerator, the range should know exactly what that is and start the process and give you step-by-step directions on how to cook things. It's interesting to think about how many people cook, everything at 350, bake 350, well, it's not the best outcome. The best outcome might be a little more sophisticated than that. Like, maybe slowly ramping up temperature, maybe turning on the broiler for some browning, some very precise timing to make all the different food items or the menu items come out at the same time. That's kind of like a trust that people probably will innately have, I think, as we move forward, where the machine really knows what it's doing because we've worked on all these algorithms for the most, amazing outcomes. So it's kind of like cooking by food type. I have a roast. I have this beautiful leg of lamb. I don't really know how to cook it, but it doesn't matter because I could just put it in the oven, and the camera in the oven recognizes it's a leg of lamb and cooks it perfectly because we've already, done all the work. We've already done all the algorithms to make it come out perfectly. That's here. I mean, that's doable now. We can do that.
And the ability of the technology to give someone that may be aging the independence to still cook in their kitchen and not worry about some of the safety issues is something really, really changing the industry.
Oh yeah, I think on both ends of the spectrum, like the aging, makes that the assisted cooking, or the helping out exactly what to cook and when, and even, I guess, in many ways, even the balancing of food and the balancing of menus by nutrition is really interesting and a fun place to explore. But I think on the other side of the spectrum too, even people that are just starting out and they don't even know how to cook, right? Like, so a lot of young people have no idea how to cook. Well, guess what? You probably don't really need to learn either. You just need to follow directions really well.
Yeah, and there will be drones before we know it that won't even make you follow directions.
Yeah, your refrigerator will follow you around. It's the autonomous refrigerator, the autonomous kitchen. It'll go wherever you are.
So let's wrap it up and just talk a little bit about how and why you're seeing the trend of customization or personalization grow.
I think the trend of personalization and customization is growing because I don't think everybody wants to be the same. I think sameness is kind of boring and pedestrian and kind of, it's really associated more with the low end. Like, I think the new form of luxury is I have something that's unique and made for me, specifically because I'm a unique person and I have my unique tastes. And I think the idea that we can create the opportunity for people to have these customized looks and express themselves to fit in whatever their kitchen is, whether it be, a contemporary look or more traditional, or whether they like warm metals or more of a sleek monochromatic look. The ability for us to deliver that in a way that's easy and not, too cumbersome. I think people are really used to ordering whatever they want and it's showing up at their door. And so the world, basically is at their fingertips for whatever they want. And I just think it's going to become the norm, especially for people who really care about design. There's probably a whole population that don't really care that much about it, but I know there's a ton of people that, and mostly are all your listeners, right? Everyone listening now that really care about design and really believe that design matters in a big way. And so we want to be there for them and create appliances that really delight them.
I love that GE has this cafe line that lets the average consumer have this affordable luxury. I love that today's podcast was all about creating a space that is a truly personal experience, because that's what we as designers and manufacturers strive to create, that experience that is completely unique and tailored to the homeowner, knowing that we're able to provide exactly what they want thanks to the tech-forward brands is really, really special. So thank you, Marc, for being here today. This was very insightful conversation. It's always great to talk to these experts. That's it for this week's episode. There will be more from KBTalks powered by the NKBA in the upcoming weeks. And as always, be sure to send your feedback to nkba@flyingcamel.com. Now stay tuned for a quick NKBA Minute.
Why belong to the NKBA? The NKBA makes you smart. With membership, you get access to exclusive business insight, design trends, technology and consumer behavior, the facts you need to grow your business, and professional development opportunities to keep you on top of your game. We save you money. The cost of your membership is covered many times over by free or discounted passes to KBIS, research studies, and learning opportunities. Your professional profile on our website is a free marketing tool for you to showcase your best work and get discovered by potential clients. We raise your credibility with certification. Only members are eligible to apply for the industry's most trusted hallmarks of expertise, the Certified Kitchen and Bath Designer designation. Certified designers have the potential to earn more and gain confidence among clients and peers. So, come join the Kitchen and Bath Industry Authority. Visit nkba.org to join today.